Hi students, we are looking at our next folder, and this is our last folder, week 12 in the module 3. So you're going to see quite a few things here, but some of these are reposted resources and some things like BrainFuse that I have put here to help you work on your final draft. So one reminder, please check the deadline. I have extended it, so please take a note of that, and I will send out more information about that in the announcements. So what we have is, like I said, reposting the assignment and topics. Same thing I've been posting. It's always good to have access to that each week as you work on the assignment. It is not too late for you to submit to BrainFuse and get feedback. Remember, if you were a student who missed the first draft submission and got locked out of the peer review, or you're a student who unfortunately did not get any feedback or very good feedback from your peers, definitely I recommend that you submit for some feedback from a tutor. Now, the other consideration there is just to make sure that when you submit it, you don't forget to go back and open the link to go seek your feedback from your tutor, okay? I am also having you all work on another assignment, practicing how to use AI for a different part of the writing process. So this here is my guidance for you that I have provided, written considerations for how to do that. And I have a little video that I found that I think is pretty good in terms of it's a bite-sized little demonstration of how you can use AI to get feedback. It's really kind of geared more towards instructors, but I think it's just as good of a video for students as well. So do make sure that you look through those resources. The other thing I want to tell you is that you need to make sure you do review this resource before you attempt the assignment that is your journal. So we're going to use this journal space for you to experiment with AI and practice. So I've given you some guidelines of everything you need before you get started. Make sure you've processed and found all of the feedback you've gotten from your human sources. And then you will just need your draft and your choice of whichever AI tool you would like to use. I might recommend you use a different one than one you've used before. You can also follow these instructions here. I have how to, having you using the information I provided you earlier in the module, create a prompt, okay? Submit your prompt with the pieces of your paper that you want feedback on. And then the last part is where you reflect. And I've given you A, B, C, and D as guidelines for your reflection, things I want you to touch on in your reflection, okay? So that is to help you identify, kind of process the feedbacks. You're synthesizing it, you're kind of comparing the AI to the other feedback you got, and and kind of taking what you need and trying to determine which areas you need to focus and prioritize for improvement. Okay, and then make those changes. And remember, AI isn't just for feedback. It can also be a dialogue where you ask it a few questions or ask for suggestions on how to change things. But again, follow your ethical guidelines and make sure that it is not, doing the assignment for you. Use it as a tool. I have also posted a new resource, which is a revision guide. So this is my very specific, I go pretty in depth here on some of what you need to think about when you're revising. So the first part of it is just kind of reminding everybody what we're thinking about, how to check things, getting feedback. And then I get a little more into the nitty-gritty, where these are things you need to make sure you're doing or not doing for this type of assignment. Okay, so things that you may not have thought much about to this point, such as, making sure you're not really using I in this paper, you're in third person, or making sure you're staying with the purpose of the assignment, how to check tech support, how to use tech support and integrate it. And I even go as far as I do link to the citation, a resource to help you. That's a couple places in your module. How to avoid accidentally plagiarizing, and a reminder about using AI. And then I even go into how to do a title of your essay. So make sure that you are looking through this resource, because it is everything you need to know about what the paper, how to get the paper where it needs to be. So you definitely want to use my guidelines as part of your consideration for your revision. And then you are going to use this resource as a reminder of how to submit. Okay, I have laid everything out there and given you a submission checklist as well. But how to do the final draft on the Connect. Do not submit it until you're ready. Now, please note that, like I said, there is an extension on the deadline, so pay attention to that. And of course, I'll send out any specific updates or any changes, including anything I think of that you guys may need to know for next week. But otherwise, you're good to go. So happy revising, and if you need a conference or you need assistance, I will be available. Thanks, everyone.